Right, I think we're live. Hello everybody, thank you very much for tuning in and watching, and let me know as always if you can hear me and you can see me okay. Very, very excited about this. Undaunted Reinforcements. This is the expansion to Undaunted Normandy and Undaunted North Africa. I really like the Undaunted series of games, so I'm really glad that they are publishing more stuff for it, and this is quite exciting. This is Undaunted Reinforcements, which is going to be out soon. David Thompson and Trevor Benjamin, the designers of the main game. The solo mode that is included in this is David Turksey and David Digby. It's a big box, and you will see why very soon. What I'm going to be doing today is I am going to be unboxing it, but this is going to be a little bit different from a lot of my other unboxings in that I actually know what's inside, and I'm going to actually be giving you some information about the game as well. Let me just pull up my list of... I've got a file here that is basically list of things to tell people about Undaunted Reinforcements. This is an expansion. This is not a standalone game. You cannot, if you buy this, you can't, there's nothing for you to play. You need at least one of the other two games to do it, but it is an expansion for one or both of the original games. Let's just minimize that so I can see the chat. So yeah, if you only own Normandy, that's fine. There's stuff in here for you. If you only own North Africa, there is stuff in here for you, but ideally you own both, because otherwise you're not going to use half of the stuff that's in here. But let's dive in and I'll show you what is in here. So we have 3 purple books. Purple, mauve, lilac, whatever whatever shade of purple this is. 3 slightly different shades. We have a rule book, we have a scenario book, and we have a solo book. I will be going on to those in a bit more detail. We then have this. And what's really nice is that they've actually titled all of the pages in here with thematic sounding names, so Squared Away. And the reason why this box is quite big is if you own the other 2 games, everything is going to go in here. I've not tried it, but at the end of this video, I'm actually going to try and put everything in here. So when I unbox this, you will see that there's actually quite a lot of empty space, and that is because it will fit the other stuff inside. Now, as far as the punch board goes, that's already fallen out. So these 2 have already fallen out of the punch board. Let's just get that out. There we go. So we've got 2 punch board sheets with some extra bits on them. We have some tanks for Normandy, because Normandy did not come with vehicles. Normandy was just infantry units. It didn't have any vehicles in it. So now we've got vehicles for both the Americans and the Germans, which you can use in Normandy. We have some special units as well. Mechanic sniper, submachine, sapper, grenadier and submachine. And we've got some mines as well. So yeah, we've got a few extra tokens for the game. And we've got these, which I believe are for the 4-player version, which is also included in the game. Right, so let's have a look at the extra packs of cards that we get. Let me just move that over there. Right, so extra packs of cards, and I'm going to use the close-up camera just to have a look at these. So 4 packs. I'm just going to mute the microphone a little bit just because unwrapping these is going to be a little bit wrinkly. So bear with us a minute, if wrinkly is the right word. Crinkly. Right, I'm back. Crinkly, not wrinkly. So we've got 4 packs of cards, and these are for, can you see them all? Can't quite see them all, can you? Let's just zoom out a little bit. There you go, 4 packs of cards. So we basically have reinforcements. So we have American reinforcements for Normandy, German reinforcements, and then we've got the LRDG, and we have the Italians. Now, you may notice, if you know the game, you'll be thinking, well, wait a minute, Paul, that's a new symbol there. What does that mean? Okay, yes, there are new abilities in the game. So we've got Grenade is a new ability. I think it's new ability. Not quite sure, but that's a new icon anyway. And we'll come on to that in a minute. Anti-tank, which we need because there are now tanks in Normandy. So Stuart, I guess that's the name of a tank. Sherman. Okay, and the tank platoon commander. And we have Advance. I think that's a new ability as well. We've got some German units. So again, we've got attack with an icon on. So it's basically, it's attack at range. So you can attack at 1 with unlimited range, or attack at 2, range 0. So it basically represents that they are better in close combat. So yeah, where you see that icon there, it's a range. So Panther and a Panzer IV, tank platoon commander. And then for the LRDG, we have some sappers. They've got demolition, which is an ability. We've got some grenades there. Again, a close attack with some machine gun and a sergeant major. And then the Italians. We've got an assault aircraft, some machine gunners, mechanics. I don't think there's anything new on there. Nope. There we go. Right. Okay. So that's those. Stuarts are light British tanks. Thank you very much. I didn't think it was somebody called Stuart. Right. So they are extra cards that you get. Now, the other thing in here is 3 big packs of cards. Now, these are for the solo mode. These are the same size as the vehicle cards in the original game. I say the original game, I mean North Africa. And these, thankfully, have got one of those little plastic wraps. So let's just have a close-up. I'm not going to go through all of the cards, but yeah, these are for the solo mode. So if you don't know how to play the solo game, these are not going to make much sense, but I will be going through that later on, and you can see it's quite a lot of information on these cards. Basically, it's like the AI. It's going to tell you what the different things do. So yeah, there's quite a lot of work that's gone into this. And I believe, yeah, it's David Turkson and David Digby that have done the solo mode. They've been working on it together. So yeah, lots of cards needed for the solo game. As I say, there's 3 big full packs of cards. Right, let's dive into the 3 books and show you what is going on here. So, rulebook. Let's talk you through what new stuff is included in this game. So, this is the components that we've seen. We have cards for the LRDG, the Italians. We've got some counters as well. US forces and the German forces if you're playing Normandy. So yeah, if you're playing North Africa, you will use these. If you're playing Normandy, you will use these. Then what we have is we have armor and armament, which is basically rules for Normandy. So Undaunted Normandy did not come with vehicles. Now it does have vehicles. So you've got vehicles and you've also got specialists. So you have some new support actions. And one of the things they've changed is they've changed the control action. So this is a change to the original game. And I think you can actually make this change if you want to right now. Basically, in the original game, you couldn't take control of a tile if... What was it in the original game? I looked this up earlier on, I forgot. Anyway, the new rule is if your opponent controls the tile and has a unit there, you cannot take control of the tile. That was it. So in the original game, even if the tile was uncontrolled, you couldn't take control of it if your opponent had a piece there. That is no longer true. You may take control of a tile where your opponent has a unit, but only if they do not already control the tile. So that is a change from the original game. So yeah, so we've got new rules if you're playing Normandy, if you want to use the extra stuff, the vehicles and everything else. Then the new rules for North Africa. So this is where the mines come in. And there's some new combat actions, including bombing, grenading and everything else. So yeah, new rules for Normandy, new rules for North Africa. And then we have a section called Friendly Fire. These rules apply to both Undaunted Normandy and North Africa because if a grenade goes off or a bomb goes off somewhere where you are, then there is a possibility of friendly fire. Then we have joint operations. Joint operations is basically the way that you can now play this game 4-player. And if you are coming to GridCon, I wasn't going to bring Undaunted to GridCon because it's a 2-player game. However, now that I have this expansion, which isn't out yet, but if you want to play Undaunted 4-player at GridCon, let me know and I can bring it with me and let you have it and let you borrow it. And I would love to play in that game if I was able to. So we've got rules for the 4-player game. Then we have Enemy Unknown. This is the solo rules. And I know a lot of people that are going to be getting this expansion mainly for the solo rules. because solo gaming is a big thing. I do a lot of it. And yeah, so these are the bulk of the rules for the solo game, including how all of the solo cards work, how you resolve them, all of those things, and then some terminology about what certain keywords mean. Okay, right, so that's the rule book. Oh, and we've got different difficulty settings as well. Nice. That's useful. And then we've got an example of the solo play. Right, so that's the rule book. Okay. Next, we have the scenario book. So, in addition to the rules, we also have some, basically, it gives you a way that you can convert the original scenarios into 4-player. I think that's what this is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I might be wrong on that. So there's 4 scenarios based on the crucial battle for Mortain in Normandy, and 4 scenarios based on the daring LRDG operations in northeast Libya. Each of these scenarios includes setup for 2 players, 4 players, and solo play. Okay, so no. So there's 8 scenarios in here, and each one of these 8 scenarios can be played 2-player, 4-player, or solo. Okay? So I don't think, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you can retrospectively go back and change the original scenario to 4-player. If you can, then I apologise, and you might be able to. But these are the new scenarios. So I'm not going to look through all of them, but you can see here, this is scenario 101. There's the 2-player setup, there's the 4-player setup, special rules, and then the solo setup as well. So yeah, each of these scenarios can be played 2-player, 4-player, or solo. And that, I'm not going to go through all of them, but you can see all of the scenarios in this book here. And then the actual solo book. Now what's this? Because the solo rules, this book includes the solo setup instructions for every previous Undaunted Normandy and Undaunted North Africa scenario. Excellent. So if you're playing solo, if you're getting this game for solo, you don't just have the 8 new scenarios in here. You actually now have access to all of the scenarios from both of the other games using these rules. Okay, so it's basically telling you how you set up all of the scenarios, from the original game. So yeah, if you're a solo player, then boom. And you can see here the amount of work. And I remember speaking to David Digby, and I know a lot of work has gone into that. Is a 4-player game 2 teams? Absolutely, yes. You would not want to play, in fact, my personal opinion on any kind of war game is I only ever want to play it 2-player. It's inherently unfair otherwise. Right, so now, squared away. We're gonna do it. We're gonna try and do it. So I've got my original copies of the games right here. I have Undaunted Normandy, and I have Undaunted North Africa. I still don't know which I prefer. I mean, I'm tempted to say I prefer the setting of Normandy, but I do like tanks. And Normandy didn't have any tanks until now. Now it does have tanks. So what we're going to do is we are going to try and get everything in the box, because the advertising does say that you should be able to get everything from these 2 in here. And that's what we're going to do. Now, I've not actually had this open for a long time. So I don't know what state this is in. Oh dear, I haven't put this away properly. But according to this, the US and German cards go in here, and the LRDG and Italian cards go here. And one of the questions somebody asked in the chat, 31 scenarios from both sides. Oh, of course you can play either side, right. So one of the questions is, do sleeved cards fit in this insert? And this is the moment of truth, because if they don't, this is a little bit of an embarrassing unboxing video, because I don't know. I don't know. I've got some of these sleeved. I don't know which sleeves I've used for these. But yeah, Germans and Americans, are sleeved cards going to fit? Yes. That could have been a bit embarrassing. So sleeved cards fit, absolutely fine. Tiles all go in here. I hope they can get them out again. Hi, this is Paul in the editing room. If one person in this world can do an unboxing video and make a mistake, it's me. So at this point, I'm going to chop the video up and I'm going to insert a still image, which you can see on screen here. Basically, the tiles do fit in the insert. They go vertically like this.
You'll see for the rest of the video when we pick it up later that I keep trying to put more in, and then of course they get stuck in the bottom and they don't come out. So that was my mistake. Really silly. I feel like a complete idiot. So that's why I've taken the video down, edited it, added this picture in here. As you can see, the tiles do go in sideways like that. There you go. Hope that helps.
What goes in here? Oh yeah, right. So there we go. And we've got all of the tokens and stuff like that, and I think they're going to go in there. So there's Normandy. And then North Africa. Okay, so, right, here's the vehicle cards. So they're going to slot in there. Then we have these cards. So these will go in here. So these are unsleeved. I haven't sleeved these ones. Let's try and get them out. So, more tiles, which will go in here. And then all of the other tokens and things like that. Let's put them cards in there. Okay, so for now, those cards are going to go there. Yeah, all of these other tokens, I haven't sorted them all out, but these will all go in here. I think it says tokens and dice. Yeah, so I'll probably sort these out a bit better. But you can see that all of these, once I've put them all in their own Ziploc bags, they will all go in there. Right, and then all of the rule books, so many rule books. Oh, wait a minute, we got the extra cards. We got some more cards to fit in. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't think with all of these cards, it's not going to fit sleeved cards. So if you're somebody like me who likes to sleeve their cards, you are probably going to have to get rid of this insert, but everything will then fit in the box. Anyway, right. Oh, and there's all of the new tokens from the new set, which will fit in there. So anyway, there you go. You will need to remove the insert if you're using sleeved cards, but it all fits. And there you go. Right, that is everything in there. So, to give you a heads up on what future content I am creating for this video, tonight I will be doing a behind-the-scenes Patreon exclusive stream where I am going to learn how to play this game. So in a couple of hours' time, after I've had some food, I am going to be, because I've not learned how to play it yet, I am going to be getting this game out, I'm going to be reading through the solo rules, and I am going to be trying to play a solo game. That's my job for tonight. And if you're a Patreon supporter of mine, then you will have access to that video if you want to see me learning it. But next week, Wednesday the 17th of November, will be a public live stream where I am actually going to be playing through a solo game. So tonight is a dry run and a practice. I'll be practicing again at the weekend. But then next Wednesday, so a week from now, in the evening, I will be doing a live solo playthrough of this. So yeah, if you're a Patreon supporter, you get access to the behind the scenes one for tonight. But other than that, you'll get there'll be a public one next Wednesday. So keep an eye on the channel for that. I'm also looking to potentially do a 4-player game of this with David, and David, possibly, at some point in December. But that's still being talked about. Watch this space. We might try and make it happen. It will be pretty epic if we can. But yeah, since there is a 4-player mode for it, I'm looking at potentially doing that. That's everything. Yeah, so we're all done. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this video useful as to what's inside the box. I now have 2 more boxes, which I'm not going to get rid of because these are really nice boxes. So I don't get rid of boxes. I'm just going to put them in the attic. But that has now saved a lot of space on my gaming shelves because everything now goes in here. And as I say, I'm more than happy to bring this to GridCon if you're at GridCon. Right. Thank you very much for watching. I will see some of you later on. And yeah, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel. And if you like the content that I create, to help me keep supporting, to help support the channel and keep me going, please consider supporting me at patreon.com/gaming rules. Big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters for funding the channel. Thanks very much. Take care. I'll see you soon. Hello.
Gaming Rules is proudly sponsored by Game Toppers, upgrading your gaming experience. Visit GameToppers